fifth graders, welcome to lesson 12.2, Customary Units of Capacity. Let's get started. Our objective for today is I can compare and convert customary units of capacity by determining if I am changing from a larger unit to a smaller unit or reverse, with 100% accuracy in multiple attempts. Please pause now to write the I can and by statement in your digital math notebook. All right, fifth graders, yesterday we learned this little rhyme to help us remember if we're changing from a large unit to a small unit, what we do, or if we're changing from a small unit to a large unit. So here's our rhyme. From horse to fly, we multiply. Horses are big and flies are small. So when we go from big to small, we multiply. When we're going the other way around, from horse to fly, we divide, of course. So our units today are units of capacity. Units of capacity are liquid measurements. If we were going to have some medicine, we might have ounces. Ounces are small. But when we sit down to dinner, we might have a cup of juice. Larger than a cup, this has a long I, it's called a pint. I know that sometimes it looks like it should say the word pint, but it's a pint. Larger than a pint is a quart, and larger than a quart is a gallon. The word quart kind of sounds like quarter, and we can remember that when we're trying to remember that there are 4 quarts in a gallon. All right, let's use this conversion chart to solve some capacity problems together. All right, fifth graders, this page has an I on it, which means that we're just watching me. We are going to convert 3 quarts to pints. Now, I don't have the conversion chart on this page here, but the conversion chart is in your digital math notebook. So when I look at how many pints are in a quart, there are 2 pints in a quart. Quarts are bigger than pints. Pints are small. So when we're going from horse to fly, we multiply. So if I have 3 quarts and each quart has 2 pints, I have a total of 6 pints. Now on my second problem here, I'm going from cups to pints. Cups are small and pints are bigger. So I'm going from fly to horse. We divide, of course. Now I'm going to look at my conversion chart and I see that there are 2 cups in 1 pint. So that means that I need to divide by 2. So 38 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 one time. 1 times 2 is 2, so we subtract out 2 and we're left over with 1. Then we bring down the 8. 2 goes into 18 9 times, which is 18 even, so we have no remainder. So that means that I have 19 total pints. So you can see how we're going to decide if we're going from a larger unit or if we're going to a smaller unit, and whether that means if we multiply or divide. Let's try some problems together. All right, fifth graders, we're in our digital math notebook. We have our unit of conversion chart. Let's go ahead and practice together. So in our first box, we are converting 15 pints to cups. So let's look at our conversion chart. I'm going to look for the word pint and cups. It's right here. So I see that 1 pint is 2 cups. So that must mean that a pint is my big thing and cups are my small thing. So that means that I have to go from a big thing, like a horse, to a small thing, like a fly. When I go from horse to fly, I multiply. So that means I need to do 15 times 2 because there are 2 cups in a pint. So 15 times 2 is 30. So that must mean that there are 30 cups in 15 pints. Great job. Let's look at the next one. Now we are going from quarts to gallons. So look at our conversion chart. All right, I see that there are 4 quarts in a gallon. So if I'm going to go from quarts to gallons, quarts are small and gallons are big. So think about our small thing. That's a fly. So from fly to horse, we divide, of course. So now it looks like we're going to divide. I'm going to go back to my chart by 4. So I need to do 32 divided by 4. 4 doesn't go into 3, so it has to go into the whole number. But it's okay because this is a math fact. 8 times 4 is 32. So that must mean that there are 8 quarts in a gallon. Or that 32 quarts is 8 gallons. So remember our objective. Our objective is to be able to convert and compare. So now let's try the compare questions. So it says we have 17 quarts or 4 gallons. In order to compare units, we need to make them the same unit so that we can look at them on equal terms. So I'm going to change my big thing, gallons, into my small thing, which is quart, so that I get to multiply, because multiplying is easier. So I look and I see that there are 4 quarts in a gallon. So that would mean that I would multiply by 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. Now that I know that how many quarts each one is, I can use my alligator symbol, also called an inequality symbol, to show that 17 quarts is bigger than 16 quarts. All right, last one. The last one says that we are going to compare 12 cups to 3 quarts. Again, I want to find the bigger thing so that I can multiply. So quarts are bigger, and if we look at our chart, each quart has 2 pints, and each pint has 2 cups. So that means I'm going to multiply by 4, because I'm going to multiply by 2 and 2. So 3 times 4 is 12, and that means that these are equal. Great job, 5th graders. Make sure you pause to type this in your digital math notebook. All right, 5th graders, time for the lesson activity. I'm going to get you started on these, and then I'm going to let you finish on your own, so make sure you know what you are doing. In this lesson activity, we are converting, which means we need to look at our conversion chart and multiply or divide. In this problem, we are going from fluid ounces, which are small, to cups, which are big. So remember our poem, small things are flies. So from fly to horse, we divide, of course. So we know that we are going to need to divide in this problem. We're going to need to do 240 divided by, okay, let's look over here. There are 8 fluid ounces in a cup, so I'm going to need to divide by 8. So let's think. 8 goes into 24 3 times, and then our 0 jumps on the end. So that would be 30. Nice job using your mental math, 5th graders. Let's try one more together. We're going from quarts to gallons. Quarts are smaller than gallons, so that means that we're going from a small thing to a big thing. So from fly to horse, we divide, of course. So 32 divided by, let's look at our chart. When I go from quarts to gallons, I see that there are 4 quarts in a gallon, so I need to divide by 4. I'm going to leave you to solve that problem on your own, but I'll get you started on the next one. In the next problem, we're going from cups to quarts. Cups are smaller than quarts, So we're going from small to big, from fly to horse. So we are going to divide. So let's look at our chart. How many cups are in a quart? That would be 2. So that's 48 divided by 2. And our last problem, we're going from pints to gallons. Pints are small and gallons are big. So that means we need to divide, just like our other problems here. This is going to be 72 divided by, let's look at our chart, from pints to gallons. From pints to gallons, we have to stop at quart. So there are 2 pints in a quart, and there are 4 quarts in a gallon. So that means we need to divide by 8, because 4 times 2 is 8. All right, 5th graders, you solve these problems on your own. Type them in your digital math notebook and be ready to see me at the teacher table. Great job, 5th graders. When you feel comfortable with this lesson, complete the exit slip to show your teacher your understanding. Great job.